Hi everybody, and welcome back to Hex Token channel. We've got a great video for you today. Obviously, we just ticked over the end of the base period where 10,000 points were for $1. Now it's gone up by 5% per day. So still good rates. So expect some good sacrifices the next few days, no doubt. And we'll see what happens with the Hex price. We'll talk about that soon. So let's get into it, folks. Stay tuned. Lots in store. Let's go. Hex.com, day 769, hot off the press. The 9th of January 2022. Can you believe it? Already the 9th of January. It's just racing. Price down slightly, 5.8% at the 23.9, and that was just a sell-off just at the moment of the close by our big account there. So that's what happened, and so otherwise we would have been pretty much around 24.5 cents, something like that, maybe 25 cents. All right, so the return on investment multiplier 4,236. That excludes staking, of course, and let's look at this, of course. Beautiful. Great to be a Hex staker. 6.332 Hex per T-share. Amazing results here. And the T-share price, $4,834. And the T-share rate, 20,217. Pretty amazing. And of course, the increase in T-share rate, 12.5. Only getting more expensive to get T-shares as the share rate goes up. And the rewards are fantastic with the sacrifices amounts. A lot of early end stakes helping us with all these, of course. Very, very nice for people to sacrifice for PulseX. Expect that to still continue further in the days ahead. Increase in TCA rate was fantastic. Average stake length 6.1 years. Man, it's a nice big increase. Obviously, still with some big stakes coming out there, and some people may be staking longer. Annual percentage yield interest rate and early in-stake penalties 40.56%. Fantastic, awesome in an inflationary environment as well, and also just what's it, about 100 times more than the bank account there, bank interest rate. Liquidity 133.6 million in liquidity there, and liquidity in the pool on the other side, USDC 31.2 million and 1,725 Ethereum. Let's look at the valuations. Locked is 14.42 billion. Market cap dropped with the price, of course, 138 billion, and that includes the Origin accounts. T-shirt market cap 51.14 billion, holding up pretty nicely there. And we've got, oh my goodness, we've got 10,578,000 T-shares, down 28,000. Wow, man, it's great to be a T-share holder, man. We are just enjoying this, and wow, I feel special, more special as this goes down. Of course, in some ways, we do want it to go up with retail virality. It's a bit of a trade-off there, isn't there? 637.7 billion total supply, up by 22 million on the new minted inflation. So this is actually minted inflation is really stuff that actually hits the market, and inflation actually adds to the market there. So most inflation is deferred, of course, because people stake in Hex, and that's the helps to keep the price up. So nice. Circulating supply 577.4 billion, and that's up 133 million there. So it's quite a lot, but obviously we have a lot sacrificed. We're going to get into the sacrifice of Hex pretty shortly, because this circulating supply is what we want. We want this to go down. Of course, the sacrifices Pulse Chain first, and now PulseX are helping us do that. So very, very cool. Stake supply 60.3 billion, down 110 million, which is another big day. Look at these, some of these unsacrificed ones. So nice, sorry, unstaked days are incredible. Good accounting, or GA there, just over 1 billion sitting in the GA. So nice, it's off market too. And stake percentage of coins 9.46%. Can you believe it? Oh my gosh, I feel so special. Now remember, if this ever got down to 1%, that would be up to 369%. Return we would get. Well, so looking at about 38.5 now, that would be a lot more like 369. So pretty amazing stuff there. We are down pretty low, 9.46%. Amazing. Let's watch this over the next couple of months though. It's going to be pretty fascinating. Obviously, we're going to have two of them as well with Pulse Chain. Payout 66.9, almost 67 million there. Deferred inflation, of course, that only gets paid out when stakes mature. Penalties, a massive day again, 7 million. Look at these penalties all day. Sacrifice. People sacrificing X stakes for the PulseX upside. They want the big X's on the PulseX. That's why they're trading that off. But obviously, if you're staking T-shares, you're getting that benefit. Total holders are 407. 407. You're getting the penalties, but you're also the only ones with the T-shares, because they sold the T-shares away. T-shares are gone, and the share rate's only going up. See how it works? Beautiful. Total holders 407,632, up 885. Another great day in the office, and I expected this to really boom as well. In the future with Pulse Chain, and that's regardless of the fact there's Hex on Pulse and Hex on ETH. So I think that's going to happen on both chains and Senrith. We'll definitely see a lot on the Pulse chain with the growth, but I'm expecting to see. I'll probably take that away. Maybe we won't see as much on the Hex side, but we'll definitely see on the ETH side. But we will definitely see it on the Pulse chain side some really massive growth. But I do think the whales are going to be playing on the ETH chain. That's kind of where I'm heading with that. Current stake is 74,330, up 191. Total stake is 94,410, up 258. And current holders down 556, which is not too bad given the PulseX Sac price. All right, that's the results for today, 769, folks. We've already got day 770 up here. And we've already got some penalties in there already, so starting to accumulate. Let's jump over to real market price now. And I think I'm on the right pair there. Let me have a look here. Let's go full screen here. So yeah, we had some sell-off here. This is just one account sold off. They sold it down, and of course took $1.5 million or something across different pools. That really explains why the price has gone down in the hourly there at the moment. So we'll let that play out. We've seen this before with the Pulse chain after this day, and so we'll watch that very carefully in the time ahead. I'm expecting the price to rally towards during January and February. So we'll see how that plays out. So look at the market. Circulating supply. We've got T-shirt at 4,400 at 23 cents, $4,671 to get T-shirt at the moment. We've got 44.5% in the V3 liquidity, 39.3% in the V2. So we're still sitting at about 84% in the USD pair. We've got the T-share price sort of moving, tracking along there, looking pretty good actually. It's sort of evened off, hasn't it? And taking a bit of steam. Definitely a bigger break here, but that's going to go up and to the right. Hex price is not looking too bad at the moment, and the T-share rate is only up and to the right. So this pink one and the white one, the price are what determine this yellow one here going up the T-share price. Adoption just keeps going up, nice, and the payouts for Hex stakers are fantastic and really cool. All right, so let's have a look at the 15-year global stakes coming out. We're going to have a look at the first 6 months in this area here. So we're going to have a deeper dive into that on this chart. We can see that we had the big stake come out today, or the day just finished, and so we've got a nice open road here. Not a lot of supply coming out. As I said, it's breaking up. And of course, we've in the PulseX sacrifice, we've got a massive amount of X off. We're going to talk about that. But look, we've got this stake coming up 485 on the 30th of January, and then 391 on the 1st of February. And we've got a big gap all the way to 28th of February after the PulseX sacrifice finishes, and then a big gap before that. So, folks, this we have still a lot in circulating supply, but as I say with PulseX, it's just sacrificed a lot too. And this is starting to break up, and this is fantastic. We'll see what happens with the circulating supply. They've got a lot of choices to make, different options, so we'll see how that plays out, but definitely breaking up. On a monthly basis, we still have fair amounts. If we go to the end of January, we've still got 212,000 T-shares coming out, but on a daily basis starting to break out, and all the big candles starting to fall away. We'll probably still get occasional big ones like these ones here, possibly with the big OGs rolling the short stakes. Other than that, it's definitely breaking up, and we've got our billion. It's been around for a long time. This one here, 9th of May coming out, and a big gap after that at the moment. So looking good for Hex stakers, and I think it's going to shock on all people in the 2022. All right, let's jump over to the Whalebot and see what we've got going on there. I actually haven't queued this up, so let me just scroll right back. With so many sacrifices, it may be a long ride there. So definitely, man, there's so many transactions. It's crazy. I might pay to just jump through some of the highlights there. Just so many highlights. I don't want to go through all of them, but got lots of big stakes going on. Actually, there's so many. I might just leave this for today. But I've got the link in the video description if you want to check it out. There's so many transactions, as you can see, for the last 24 hours. That would be a bit crazy to read that out. But look, here's 24 million stake for 20 days. So we get these short stakers, those big Hex OGs rolling their money. So let's jump away to Pulse Chain now. And obviously, we're waiting for Pulse Chain, biggest airdrop in history, biggest yield farming in history. Liquidity, AMM bot running, harvesting, all those dexes. It's going to be fantastic, super fast, super cheap, and man, could we need that. The fees on Ethereum have been ridiculous in the last week, really crazy. So great to see that. Pulse Chain testnet are just ticking away. Big updates across the board yesterday. I say big updates, but updates across the board on every all of these different folders. Very, very cool. And of course the test net running at 3 seconds. Nice, good to see that. And as intended, and 280,832 transactions so far. Blocks just ticking away, and no doubt there's lots of people testing their dApps and stuff on there. So there's a couple of transactions there, and that one, 2 transactions in that one. Very, very cool. Let's jump over to PulseX and look at the highlights. This is the big deal. And of course, look at this. We've got 41 days, 23 hours, and 33 minutes to tick over before the rate goes up. So let's have a look at on February 21st, 00 UTC. After that, a 1.75 flat volume bonus activates for the next 5 days till the sacrifice phase ends. The sacrifice rate will increase by another 5% at midnight UTC in 24 hours or 23 and a half hours. Current rate per 10,000 points is now 105, so it's gone up by 5%, and it's going to compound at that rate. 1 point equals 1 PLX before volume bonuses. And of course, you can see the timeline there in white. We're going to start going up. This bonding curve is going to be, time we get down to the end here, it's going to be 10 times more expensive for that as well. So cool. And they've changed this chart a little bit and make it more fairly represent what's going on there. So nice. Volume bonus goes all the way up to here. Up to the 20th end of the 20th year on the 21st, and it ticks over on this line here. So if you want to get your USDC rank, you have to get it in this period. After that, there's a 1.75 bonus. The volume multiplier doesn't apply, but the base points always applies. So that always goes all the way through both the volume multiplier period up to the 21st, and then the flat bonus at 1.75. So very, very cool. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let's jump over to the actual pulse.x info. If you want to sacrifice, of course, you can use pulsex.info to do that. Very, very cool. Just follow the instructions very carefully and you'll be perfectly fine. Let's go into the results at the moment. Of course, that's where we finished. We finished at 822 million at the turnover period, and that was about 28 minutes ago when I'm making this video at the end of the day. And you can see the top whales. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A 7th whale made it into the top over 10 million. So 7 whales. And Pulse Chain we had 5, and the total amount of this is quite significantly above the Pulse Chain one. So pretty amazing stuff. Pulse Chain was at about 670 million on the ETH chain only. Here we are at 822 on the ETH chain only. Doesn't include all the other chains, Smart Chain, Bitcoin, all that sort of stuff, which is well on top of this. So we're definitely heading towards a public raise of probably $900 to $1 billion, I would say, by the time we get there. It's going to be interesting to see how high that gets. Pretty nice. All right, so that's that. And the other side I wanted to point out was the top tokens. We had 508 million on Hex, and we finished with a 1,966,000,000 Hex sacrifice. And this is the big deal. That is off circulating supply on ETH chain and also on Pulse chain. So that's going to sacrifice address. That's amazing. So that you can see this is stuff that cannot be sold and from the public, and that's awesome. And therefore, that's huge for Hex fundamentals on both chains. And we'll see that play out in due course. That's going to play out for sure. Very, very nice. All right, so great results. And if we refresh this page, we're going to get the latest results. I kind of kept it there so it wouldn't update. We've got a new sign there saying that this is only Ethereum, and we're going to wait for that to populate. We can see we're now, after the day's end, we've actually increased a massive amount, 15 million up already since we closed at the 1.05% rate. So nice. So very, very cool results there, folks. Fantastic. And of course, we've got 64,000 wallets as well. So that's amazing. I think we finished with 62,500. So Pulse Chain, we only had 51,200. No, yeah, 41,200 I think we had on Pulse Chain, and here we are at 64,000 already. So blitz Pulse Chain on every metric. Pretty amazing. Let's have a look at Hex Token on Getter. So get on there, folks. I've got 72 followers. Get in there and follow. That's in the video description. Follow on Getter. I'm putting out some good info here, like the huge congrats sacrifice points days, and I'm getting all the information there. So just get in there, folks. Really starting to build this up. We're going to go full on Getter, and nice. Get on there and follow me there. All right, don't forget to re-getter it, right? I don't know what these is, but repost. Don't forget to repost these as well. Nice. Let's jump over to Richard Hart is live streaming at the moment. Of course, I've had to pause that for this video, but very, very cool. And so definitely catch up on that. Very excited. He's very excited. Why wouldn't he be? I mean, it's an incredible sacrifice for PulseX. Very, very nice. So let's get to the timeline for Pulse Chain and PulseX, and let's have a check that out. So we're on testnet day 2.0, and we're currently 29 days roundabout on that, so maybe 30 days on that. So nice on on there, testnet 2.0, and of course PulseX has just moved past that critical line. I'm just going to move the airplane down so the price is going, but here we are on this area here. We've just hit that, and now we're following into the 1.05 increase per day. So take that into account. So nice. We've still got the volume multiplier, so whatever US dollar amount you sacrifice is going to be key. And currently the earliest date for a launch that I have based on all information with my guesstimate after the PulseX sacrifice is still early March at the earliest. All right, very, very cool. Hope you enjoyed that. Feel free to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, of course, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.